everybody and welcome back to a brand new Plumtorials. So today I am here to teach you guys how to create your own custom content, not really going into creating meshes because I still don't know how to do it. You need Blender, which I do not know how to use. I only know how to use soft image, but once I figure that out, maybe I'll make a tutorial. So I'm only going to be focusing on the part of recoloring items that already exist and that already have meshes for. One quick thing that I want to mention though is that if you do recolor someone else's mesh, original mesh, make sure that you have their permission before actually releasing it to the public if you intend on releasing it to the public. There have been a couple of times that I've recolored items only for me because I want to have a specific item for one of the series that I have going on, and really there's a lot that you can do to spice up your game when it comes to recoloring different stuff. So I'm going to be focusing on doing 3 types of recoloring in this tutorial. I'm going to show you guys how you can create your own custom content background for your creative sim. I'm going to show you guys how to recolor clothes and how to recolor an object from the game. So that's what we're going to be focusing on. And for you to be able to do all of this, you're going to need a software called Sims 4 Studio. I'm currently on their website and it looks so cute. I haven't went here since the toddler update and oh my gosh, it's so cute. Look at all the hearts. The link for this website will be in the description, and for you to be able to download this software, you're going to need to log in. I'm already logged in, so the reason why you need this is because once you have the software, you're going to need to enter your username on software so that once you create stuff, the stuff that you create will have your username in there, so everyone will know that you created it. It's kind of a sweet touch, I would say. So you're gonna go to the download Sims 4 Studio open beta version. You're gonna click on that, and here you're gonna click on Sims 4 Studio for Windows, whatever version there is at the moment. Maybe if you are watching this later than the day that I uploaded, things might have changed and there's a newer version out, but yeah, here you have a few images showing what you can expect with the software. Maybe some of you already seen it before because it doesn't only allow you to create stuff, it also allows you to fix some stuff in your game. It's a really handy software, I would say. It is also a good software for you to merge your package files so that the game can play out more smoothly, because the more custom content you have in your game, the laggier your game will get. So if you merge stuff together in just one single file, the game will run smoother. So this is what the software looks like, and I'm gonna try to go down to the download. I'm gonna download the installer, so let's continue with that, and you can press download. I already installed mine, but I can install it again if you guys want that. I'm okay with that. It's a tutorial after all, I'll show you. But it's super easy. But you can read the website for more info on software. Here we have some infos on how to modify meshes or animations, and you need to use Blender and all of this good stuff here. So after you're done downloading, it's gonna show up over here. You're gonna click to execute it, and let's go do this. So allow and press next, 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 and next, and install. I told you it was easy. Now you just need to wait a little bit until this starts installing software, and after that you can click on Launch Sims 4 Studio and finish, and it's gonna open. So when the software opens up, this is what you have. Since I've used the software before, I already have here my username, but if you don't have anything in here, make sure to type your username, which is the name that you use to enter on this website to download the Sims 4 Studio. As you can see over here, that's the name that you're gonna want to put in here. After that, you can start choosing what you want to do. I'm gonna start by showing you guys how to create your own custom content backgrounds for your creative sim. So for you to do the recolor, you're gonna want to download a file that I'm gonna put up for download. It is my own little project that I use to create backgrounds. The background that I'm gonna show you guys is gonna work the best if you want a single colored background. If you want to put some objects or make a scenery, it's not gonna really work out that well, because one thing that happens when you create a Sims 4 background is that this is not flat. This is 3D in a way. So this goes down here, and then there's a little fold line here, and then it can continue. So I'll show you guys what we have. I'm gonna go to Paint, my preferred software. So usually you have a flat image to do the recoloring, and when you use the creator sim, you think, oh, this is like a full-on flat image, but it's not. What you have is kind of like this. You have this part, and there's a fold, but the fold is kind of curved. So what you have to do when you recolor this is that you need to shrink this area over here so that it doesn't look like it's stretched out or like it's weird. It's really weird to do backgrounds with an image on the back. I'm sure there are tutorials show you guys how to do this, and there's a different file that you need to download to actually do this, which guides you on where to fold and how, all of that sort of stuff. I'm actually gonna link one of the tutorials that I followed some time ago, which includes that file that you can download, and that is gonna help you a ton. I'm gonna explain you how once I start. So going onto my desktop, I'm gonna go to my Sims 4 folder, to my mods, and I usually have here the file that you're gonna download, which is this one, Plumtorials. This is the file that I normally use to recolor my backgrounds. You can change this to whatever name you want, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna move this to a place that you know what it is. In my case, I moved it to my desktop. I'm gonna go to my projects, and you're gonna go in your desktop and you're gonna try to find that file. So it's right over here. You're gonna open it up, and once you open it up, this is what you have. So you have this single colored image. Oh, come on, Google Chrome. I already read that a long time ago. So you have this single colored image, and what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna export this image out of your computer. You can give it whatever name you want. You can call it base, for example, save it as PNG, and just save it on your computer. And here it is. Now, for you to recolor and change the color of the background, all you need to do, and you can do this on Paint if you want, just open something up. Let's go open the base image right over here. Don't save. You just pick whatever color you want. You paint this all in one color. Of course, I already messed this up. Okay. Yeah. So you paint it all in one color. You can do an ombre effect if you are using a more fancy software than Paint, which doesn't allow you to really do a smoky effect. Does it allow you? I've seen some people do some really crazy stuff on Paint, and it just baffles me because how the heck do you do that? But you're gonna save that, and if you go to your desktop, you have here the new color background, and all you need to do is import, and you move over the image and you have your background, and then all you need to do is press save. Now, so after you press save, the package is saved and it's right over here. So all you need to do is really just move it back to your mods folder, to whatever you want it to be. Just drag it over, and if you open your game, it's gonna be there. But I'm gonna go open up the game only at the end, show you guys all we've done. So continuing, I'm gonna go back to the main menu. And one cool thing is that the project is gonna remain here. Just make sure that if you actually move the file over to the mods folder again, if you actually open it up, it's gonna say that it cannot be found because it's not here anymore. So if you actually want to edit that, you're gonna need to move the package file over here again and go back to your main menu, and then it's gonna show up again without any problems. So for you to make changes to this file, you need to move it back to the original place where you had it. But then, once you don't need it, you can always move it back. Now, let's start by recoloring a piece of clothing. What you're gonna want to do is make sure that you have the Create Cast and Alone option selected. Go to Cast, and let's move on. And here you're gonna have every single item that comes in your game, except for mods. Even though you can have mods in here, and you can recolor content that other people did. Oh my gosh, this looks awesome. If you want to add custom content, what you're gonna want to do, and as you can see, I have here a few items. If you go to your documents folder, there's gonna be a folder called Sims 4 Studio, which if you click on, there's a folder called mods, and this is where you put your mods, so that if someone created a dress with an original mesh, you can actually move it over to here, and then it's gonna show up over here, which you can then edit. Okay, I'm adding this in as I'm editing. If you are going to recolor something that someone else created with an original mesh, if you want to put this for download for other people to get it, you need to include the download link to the other item, that the original creation, because the thing that you just recolored is not gonna work if it doesn't have the original mesh. So every time you recolor someone else's work, don't include the mesh on it, and link to the original creator. Give credit to the original creator. And before anything, make sure that you can actually recolor it and share it to the public. But I want something from the game. Let's do something simple that doesn't really require a lot of work. You can go ahead and choose where the item came on. Make sure that you choose something that you've actually bought, or else it's not gonna show up in game. Search by which section you want. If you want hat, hair, accessory, earrings, whatever you want. And I don't know why this is in Portuguese. This was supposed to be in English. I'm sorry if you guys can't understand it. Tail. We don't have tails. I want just a simple t-shirt. Do we have a t-shirt? Top clothing. I want it for adults and for female. Come on, show me what you got. We have these simple t-shirts, which would be kind of cool to recolor. I like them. We also have these crop tops, which are kind of cool. I might go with crop tops, actually. So make sure you have it selected and press next. And here, a window is gonna open up. What you're gonna want to do is you're gonna give a name to your custom content. So I'm gonna name this one Recolor Tutorial. It's gonna be saved in the Sims 4 package file. So let's save it. And it's gonna show up in my desktop, since this was the place that I wanted it to be and that I chose. So it's right over here. This is a file that in the end, after you press save, you're gonna want to move to your mods folder. So yeah, and this is what it shows up. So you can zoom in by using the scroll mouse button. You can click on the middle mouse button to move it around, and you can press the right mouse button to rotate it. And this is how you control this thing. You can see the clothing item before you actually go in game, even though I recommend you to go see the item in game before you actually share it with someone else, because sometimes what you see here, it isn't really what shows up in game. So make sure you check things out. But what you're gonna want to do is first you're gonna export this texture. So export, it's gonna export as a PNG. Make sure that you don't save it as DDS, because that's so complicated to manage. So you can give this whatever name you want, base one, whatever. It's gonna be saved on your desktop. And this is what we have here. Now you can use whatever software you have, Paint on Net, GIMP, whatever. I'm gonna use Photoshop because that's what I have and that's what I'm the most used to. And after it's open, you're gonna go ahead and grab in the file that you just saved, drag it over and open it up on software, and it's gonna open up. Hopefully, if it doesn't crash. Okay, it didn't crash. So you're gonna want to zoom in, and this is what you have. This is the areas that you're gonna want to work with. So first thing that I want to do, I want to recolor this top into a pink top. So what I'm gonna want to do, I'm gonna press Control and just click on the image. This selects the image. I've made a tutorial in the past showing you guys how I work with Photoshop if you guys are interested, because I'm not really gonna show you guys how I do it here into that much detail, but I'm gonna create a new layer. I'm gonna pick the color that I want, which is a pink. So just pick whatever color you want, press OK, go to the brush, make it bigger, and let's paint this fully in pink, not forgetting these little edges, which are the sleeve and the collar of the top. Now press Ctrl D to deselect the image, and now I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna change this and scroll down until something that I like shows up. Maybe this is kind of cool. I kind of like this, but you can see all of the effects that you can do. You can go with something more bright if you want, and all of that sort of stuff. But I might go with this one because I like the soft color. So I'm gonna create a new layer now, and I'm gonna just do something on the t-shirt. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but I'll do something. How about a plumb bob? I can do a plumb bob on the top, because that's how far my skills go. And this is not symmetrical in the very least. I tried. Look, it's a plumb bob. It's not even in center. Okay, like that. Is that in center? I don't know. I mean, can I cut the t-shirts? I don't know if I can. Can I cut it? Can we have a cut? Is this too sexy? I'm gonna give this a go, actually. Save as PNG. Try. It's just a try. I'm just trying things out, you know? It's kind of cool. Go to imports. Select your image that you just edited. Right over here. It does have a cut. It's too big. But you get the idea. If you want to make cutouts on your stuff, this is how you do it. But let's just stick with the plumb bob. Plumb bob. So save as, and let's give it white and PNG. Make sure it's in PNG. I'll just save it. Go to import and select file that you just saved, and it's gonna show up over here. You know what? It's not that bad. It's actually, it works. It works for the tutorial. Yeah, there you go. This is how it looks like. So I'm gonna, before I save, or actually let me save, and now, let's go to the swatch thumbnail. You can actually change the color to another color that you think represents the thing that you just recolored. So pink, I think it matches. You can choose a thumbnail so that once you go into game, there's an image that shows up with the stop. So you can do something kind of cool with that. You can go to categories and you can choose whoever gets to use the stop. What colors does it have? It has white and pink. What age for the top, teen and young adults. Well, adults can use this as well. I don't see any issue with that. It's feminine. You can also set it for boys to be able to wear this as well. Who gets to use it? Humans, vampires, maybe aliens too. And you can just set all of this to whatever you want. After that, you can press save. And here you have the top recolored. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this back to my mods folder. So my CC, here we go. And now, let's go back to the main menu and let's recolor something else. I'm gonna recolor an object now. So choose standalone recolor, go to objects. And now here we have all the objects that we have in game, not custom content though. For you to recolor custom content, I already told you guys how you do it. You move the mod onto the mods folder of your Sims 4 Studio folder. So I'm gonna want to recolor maybe this share. I don't know, could work. So let's name it tutorial recolor share. Save it as a Sim 4 package, and it's gonna be right over here. So I'm gonna move it to the side. With objects, it's a little bit more different. You can actually choose the price that you want for the item. So if your family is kind of poor, maybe you can do like 5 simoleons for the share. I've done that a couple of times. You can change the name of the share if you want to. You can change the description to say that you did recolor. One thing that is different with the clothing is that you have a ton of swatches up here. If you go through all of them, you see that it changes the colors of the share. You can actually add in a ton of swatches to the objects that you are recoloring. And this works for the clothing as well. So if I don't want this color, I can remove the swatch. I can just keep one of the swatches, but if I want to make more than one color of something, I can just add in a swatch. And what do you do? And I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. Go to texture. Here, let's export the texture. So I'm gonna recall this share base, not bay, base. And it's gonna be on the desktop, so it's right over here. I'm gonna drag this over to Photoshop, gonna open it up, and here you can see that share is blue. I'm gonna change the color of the share to maybe white and black. Can we do something neutral? I'm gonna try to select all the blue areas. I don't think these really matter, but if you want to keep it safe, you can select them. Or maybe use the magic wand if you do have Photoshop and you can just select the entire colors without any issues. Just like that. And over here as well. And I think the blue is fully selected. Yes, it is. So I'm gonna create a new layer now. And I'm gonna pick a color. Let's pick the white, since I wanted to do it in white. I'm gonna paint this fully in white. And I'm gonna press Ctrl D. I'm gonna make this invisible for now. I'm gonna actually click on the image to select this. While I'm on the bottom layer, I'm gonna go to Image, Adjustments, and I'm gonna go to Hue and Saturation. I'm gonna change saturation to 0. And I might go, let me go make this visible. Let's go see the effects that we have here. And I'm gonna try to scroll down to see what looks best. Maybe this one, soft lights. So going down to this one again, make sure that you have the things still selected. Go to image, adjustments, exposure, and I'm gonna try to make this look better. Make sure that it has some contrast, but that it looks still pretty white. And I think this is good. So I'm gonna press Ctrl D and I'm gonna save this as white share. I'm gonna save this as PNG. If you actually want to go back and do some changes, you can actually save this as Photoshop so that then you can alter it if you want to. But go to import, let's import white share. And it's gonna show up over here, as you can see. So yeah, this is how it looks like. So I'm gonna change the color to white. And now I want another share. So I'm gonna go to this other swatch that I created. So add swatch, there you go. Gonna change this one to black because I want the black share. And I don't need to import this again. All I need to do is go back to the file that I just had and just change this to black. So let's let's change this to, I don't want it to be fully black. Maybe like a really dark gray is good enough. Because if it is fully black, you're not going to be able to see the detail of the share and shadows, and you want shadows to be visible. Let me go to here and see what we can do here. Another thing that you can do, if you don't want to affect the base image, you can actually work with these layers, which I showed you guys before in a tutorial on how to manage these, but the good thing about this is that you can alter an image, but you can also go back anytime you want. So it's pretty freaking cool what you can do with this. Maybe like that. We can still see some shadows. You can also go back just by making this layer invisible. That's the benefit of using these layers. Let's go. Save as black share. Let's save it as PNG. Save. Okay. And let's go import the texture. And it should be over here. And maybe it is a little bit too black, but nah, it's fine. It works for this. So we have two swatches for the same share. Let's change the name to tutorial and description to tutorial, just show you guys that it does show up in game. And the price is 5. You can change the tags. I'm gonna change this to black, white, and brown. What is brown? There is wood. Brown. Comfort, yes. Okay, I think everything works. You can go through all of these, but I don't really care about that. Let's just save. And the package has been saved. Let's go back to home, and I'm gonna close the software. And here we have the Recolor. I'm gonna move it to the folder. And now I'm gonna go into the game, and we're gonna see if the things are actually there and are actually working. Okay, so I am currently in game. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go into the create a sim first. So as you can see, the background is indeed blue. And it is completely smooth. It works just fine even with us doing it on paint. So yeah, really easy to do. Now in terms of the clothing, let me go over here. Let me change your top, and it should be somewhere around here. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, it's right here. Here is the top in game. Of course, if you made more swatches like we did with share, it would show up over here, the little bar with all of these colors, but I didn't do it, so we just have it in this color. I'm just gonna give you some pants and then we're gonna go into the game. So let's go to build mode and let's see if the share is indeed over here and if it costs only 50 simoleons. So kid room and shares, and it's right here. So 5 simoleons. Oh, I did it 5? Even better. So we have the white share right over here, and we also have the black share right over here, as you can see. So this is how you can recolor objects and clothing items, as well as create your own custom content background for your creative sim. I hope this helped you guys, and if you have any questions, don't be afraid to leave them in the comment section. I'll try to look at them, and until the next video, goodbye everybody.